We're here at JM Imports today after a 6-hour drive. We have officially bought the cheapest R35 GTR in the UK, but there's a problem. Let me show you what the problem is. Let's pop the bonnet. This car's going to be super quick, and there's a reason why it's the cheapest in the UK.
We don't have an engine. But we've got a plan for that.
So the Joker's getting parted out. I've retired the Joker. It's done the sevens. So we've decided now to start a new project off. There's a story behind this project we're going to fill you in just a second.
And we're going to be logging all that costs. We don't know how fast it's going to go, but it is going to go fast.
Very fast. Sevens. First man we're going to see is Raz. My boy.
Congratulations.
Couldn't have done it without you, bro. Thank you so much.
You're welcome, you're welcome.
If it wasn't for this guy here, we would never ever would have run a 7. This guy works Sundays. He's the main man at JM Imports. If you don't even got him working on your car, you ain't running a 7. And this is the other guy that's behind the magic at JM Imports, the engine builder.
The handsome guy.
Even though, yeah, okay.
He's good looking for someone up north.
I'll take that, yeah. So fired.
So listen, with this car, there's quite a few bits that need replacing on it. We just found out that it doesn't have windscreen wipers. Remember that? Like, we just found that out. Yeah. It's also missing a gearbox. We weren't told about this. Oh, where were we? I can't even remember. So,
we were told about this, yes.
Okay.
No, we haven't been robbed. We have deliberately gone out there, intentionally bought the cheapest R35 GTR money could buy. We'll reveal all the costs later on. We're going to have a massive, massive journey with this car because we retired the Joker. Joker's run away because Batman is here. £10,000 R35 GTR. Let's have a look around and see what this car needs.
So, as you were saying, windscreen wipers missing. We know that the engine's not there. Subframe is obviously there. That's how the car is rolling. Has it got brakes?
It's got brakes.
Okay, well, that's always nice. It's always good to have brakes, help you stop.
OEM calipers. It's got some nice touches. It's got the import racing from our boy Alexander Woods.
Which, in a drag racing application, do absolutely nothing. However, they do look cool.
Yeah, they look cool, so we've got them in there. Inside, pretty standard.
We have a switch, which we have no idea what it does, but once we have the car running, we'll have a better idea. Interior-wise, actually pretty damn good. Oh, found them. These are billet valve covers of mine, which I was about to ask Jürgen where they were. So we'll be putting this on the engine that we're going to be building for this, obviously for the gear stick. What else was missing on the rear rocks?
So we've got no wing on the back. OEM panel work on the car, metal doors, so there are no carbon doors on there. We've got some Zelly carbon skirts on the car. We've got the DBA, which is my 11 GTRs from 11 onwards, the facelift ones. We've got those wheels on the car as well. No wing on the back. A couple of nice touches. The guy's obviously thought about it. He's got a tow hook at the back and also some battery terminals. So when you are queuing up, if there ever is a need to quickly fire up the car, if it's queuing up in a long queue on a hot day and you want to switch it off, you can fire it up from the back.
This was going to be a big build then.
It was going to be a big build.
Obviously was. So the guy was obviously serious. He thought, you know, I must have been a bit of a clown. But here we are. Okay, we need to cover that up. So it's obviously not got an exhaust as well, but we probably won't be running exhaust because we're going to be literally maybe gutting this car. Interior's coming out. So in fact, we don't really need the interior, right?
Yeah, of course. I mean, the main thing we're going to do here, guys, is we're going to build the cheapest GTR that's going to go super fast in the UK. So if there's an opportunity to strip out the interior and go for things like plexi windows and maybe half cage at the back, which I think we probably will need to run these sort of speeds.
Or maybe even a full cage.
Yeah, so we'll have a look at that, but we'll keep you up to date with all the totals. The car's a little bit untidy at the moment, probably needs a good clean up more than anything else. There's PPF on the bonnet. It was had some really stupid logo on the bonnet. PPF's come off, paint's lifted.
Screwed. That means it's been painted before.
Yeah, lacquer's lifted, bumper's
Front
damaged.
bumper is coming off, it's hanging off, so we're going to obviously have to sort that out. Basically a rolling shell really, but there's the interior's bang on, and shame is we're going to be gutting it all.
Exactly, there's cobwebs everywhere. Car's obviously been idle for a long time, and somebody's dreams have been a little bit upset, but the bumper looks good. It's got a few carbon extras on there, carbon front lip, carbon centre vent intake. Other than that, yeah, the car does need a bit of tidying up, but hey, it's the cheapest GTR in the UK for a reason.
Wait,
Listen,
you know how good I am and how
So,
standard,
as
guys.
beautifully are, we're not here for you. We're here for the main man, Jimmy. So, apparently Jürgen's been twisting his arm and he's going to help us bring our new project to life. So the first thing that we need to do is find a suitable engine.
We've already got half an engine, haven't we?
So we've got race heads from my old engine that was to be. This is one that never even made it into the car. We've got a good bottom end from Rocky's old race developments engine. We're going to check that the block's okay. Piston rods, crank. If we need to order a new crank, we'll order one. I think we might have to.
Yeah, crank we smashed.
Yeah,
so yeah.
of course it's a crack. So we're going to whack those together, but we're going to let Jimmy tell us what is good, what's not, and whatever needs replacing, we're going to do it. So technically, we can't put a value on how much this engine has cost us because it's actually composed of bits that we didn't need, which sounds really bad, but we don't have any money, so we've got to use what we have.
But what we will do though, we will speak to Jimmy closely and Jürgen as well. we'll tally up a total what somebody can expect to come to JM, what they would have to spend on an engine to get a 7-second car. That's the aim. We'll keep totaling up on our...
But we'll total up what it's physically cost us, because that
Correct.
way, that's not to say that you can go out there and do the same. And the reason for that is we're going to work out a deal on labour, etc. And he's going to basically do it for free. So we're going to put in 0 for that. And especially with parts, not being funny, but Rocky gets amazingly good deals. When I make inquiries, they're normally really high. So instead, we're going to use his kind of charisma to get us really good pricing.
So just hit me up on my Instagram if you want anything, Buzzy Sing. So if you want anything, let me know what part number it is, where you want it from, and I'll work out the
And
best
also,
deal for you.
we're going to be selling a course on negotiation. That is priceless. It's
Yeah.
a 3-month course. It's going live in approximately 2027. We may or may not be alive there, but you've got to pay £10,000 right now to do it.
Exactly, and this is the engine room where the magic's going to happen. Jimmy's going to be on the tools. Jurgen's going to be on the phone to Jimmy saying the boys are going to come tomorrow, get the engine ready, and we're going to end up with something like this. And it might be green, it might be black, it might be purple. Let us know in the comments.
Oh no, we've got black sets of engine covers actually.
Oh, sick. All right,
So
black.
there we go.
Decided, don't comment.
Yeah,
It's going
yeah.
to be black. Batman.
GTR. Did it.
2015, 2016 had an engine built by JM Imports, which is probably very similar to the signature engine they're getting done now. Had loads of fun with that engine. I blew it in 2017 when I spun a bearing. That car was my first built engine ever, and I had the most fun with that engine. Buzz will tell you, he had a stroker, and he went through various stages, and me and Buzz used to drive with our JM cars down to Cornwall, down to Devon, wherever it is, load up ethanol, no Jurgen, no JM Imports.
And we carried the ethanol in our cars as well. We didn't have no support.
No
cars,
support
nothing.
vehicles, nothing. And we used to load up and we used to attack these events, set records. Buzz had a record that stayed at Dakota in the drive for about 5 years.
It's only been beaten as of this weekend.
About 5 years then, 5, 6 years.
By a GM car. No,
Yeah, 5 years.
Funny enough, that's a Jimmy build GM signature, that one.
And let me just blow a bit of smoke up my backside, because I set a record of that track as well in the wet.
Oh my god. He made up his own record.
No, it was a wet record. They announced that, bro. And that was a JM car as well. So a lot of fun to be had in these engines, genuinely so. But I'm going to end this video now just by saying maintenance is key. So preventative is where you need to go. Getting an engine, taking this engine from JM today, putting it in my car, not seeing them again. It's probably not the best thing to do. You're building a race car, so do you know what I mean? Go and get some surgery from a surgeon and go back for your checkups. Yeah. Make sure your stitches are holding up all right. Make sure your organs are the right way around. So yeah, don't try to doctor it yourself. Yeah. JM Imports, baby. There's a story behind this. A chap who owned this car thought, UK scene's a little bit of a joke. Nobody's going fast over here. I'll show this Joker boys and all these other boys out there how to run a 7.
So what happened is we ran that 7 first. He was trolling us, making a few comments. We're still not sure 100% who it was. But it turned out he actually bought this car to JM a while ago. And he said he was going to show us clowns what was going on, including people like Hamid, Ricky, Ali and whatnot. But we did it first. And guess what happens?
He phoned up Jurgen and said, these boys have done it. I haven't got any interest anymore to show them what time it is. They're obviously very, very serious, so I want to sell the car. Got a phone call from Jurgen, said, do you guys want to buy a GTR? There's a couple of bits missing, like.
Yeah.
And what would you pay for it? Buzz was sitting there in a bad mood, doing some figures.
And then we turned around and said, you know what? As a joke, this guy disrespected us a bit, but we're like, you know what? We'll offer him £9,000.
Didn't quite work, so we paid a little bit more than that. We paid £10,000.
Yeah. And then ended up doing the deal. We actually didn't have the money to do this. Somehow we managed to cough it up.
Yeah, we found it somewhere. Buzz had to just pick up his pillow, and miraculously there was money there. But listen, here it is. We're gonna still call it the Batman GTR. The Batman guy couldn't take it into the 7s.
We're gonna do it for
We're
him.
gonna do it.
That's the plan anyway. On a budget though, so things may break, may not be as reliable as a Joker, but you know what?
We'll keep it black. We'll put some graphics on there. There'll be JM Imports. There'll be Rocky and Buzz show. Green, purple. You can count on that for sure.
Yeah.
And let's make some noise. Let's get a GTR into the 7s.
So guys,
cheapest way
the
possible.
question we're going to ask you, this is what we're going to end it on, is how much do you think we're going to have to spend to get it into the low 8s or high 7s? That's what we're aiming for.
Yes.
Even, to be honest, even mid 8s will be pretty cool, because for us, the obstacle is getting it up and running. How much do you think it's going to cost? Let us know.
The cars cost 10k. Give us a figure. What do you reckon we're going to announce to you? The final cost is once we've run a mid 8. Then we'll talk about further.
Let us know. Don't forget, like and subscribe to follow this thing.